if you are
I cannot believe.
purple and or green and want to chat, stay in here. I'd like to talk to you guys.
Yeah, I'm purple and I'm going to stay right in here.
Um,
I definitely got some things to say.
yeah, no, you're perfectly fine for that. We understand that. I am one of the people who recently shifted to yellow. The decision was made because most of the leadership on this server believes that we are not going to be the server that people come into. We're going to be merging onto
We're going to
another.
be the migrating server. Yeah, I get
Yes.
it.
And when that
Still
happens,
doesn't make anything relevant, but sure.
but it was a deciding factor.
But
Well, for sure.
where did that information come from?
It just came from
It's
pure
a guess.
speculation.
It's a guess.
Okay.
It's a likely guess based on server population. We are one of the lower pop servers. I think the exact opposite, that we are going to be everybody's going to be migrating into us.
I agree with you.
Because
I'm
every
just
single
gonna
one of the
say
test
Amazon
servers
does things weird anyway, so I would
Mhm.
just expect the complete opposite of what most would do.
That also works. Either way, if people come in or if we go somewhere else, being unified as Brazier is the biggest thing for us.
Why is that?
But why?
do we
Yeah,
care?
can you explain that?
If somebody
Like,
could explain why we care
honestly,
at all.
it's not really relevant. It's just not, because it's going to be a whole new thing. So
Mhm.
claiming this
And-
like Brazier unification is just like a phony thing, in my opinion.
And
it
that's
sounds like you guys are still in high school and just want to click up with your best friends. And
Yeah, and
that's all
honestly,
you wanna
it just
do.
sounds like a phony thing that people use to grift and steal money from other players. So
Yeah,
Like,
anybody
fuck
who
the money.
says
I
that
don't care about
Soji
the money.
didn't take 4K.
I just want the
also.
logical aspect of this, and that's just fucking stupid. You're literally killing off one faction on the hopes that we get merged and like yellow becomes the dominant, and we can have a
Yeah,
say.
and
You don't fucking
and
know.
the
Your
whole
shit is
end
one
of
hand
the
open
at
than
the end of the day, there's no guarantee merges are even going to happen. There is no guarantee.
And
They're going
that
to
is-
merge that one server
yeah,
on
it
the
could,
EU
it could
and
totally
see how
fall
it
on
goes.
its face next week.
Yeah.
Yes.
Guys, they have already said in multiple threads that what they're going to do is they're going to look at the lowest population in groups. They're going to take, like, if one server has a maximum amount of active players, 150, and they're all yellow, they're going to take those 150 yellows and throw them into a green or purple dominated server, and vice versa. That's what they're doing the mergers, not just, oh, we're going to take all the small orders, push them together. No, they're
But
going to
where is this coming from? Where's this information coming from?
It's pure speculation. They haven't really.
That's what I'm saying.
well,
All
it's
of this is based on
all
speculation.
over, dude. It's
They
all over the
said they're
blogs,
looking
it's
at
all
they said they're looking at faction composition as a factor when they merge servers, but I don't think that's really true at all. I think they're just blowing smoke. I really just think they're looking at population numbers.
And even if they do say they're looking at faction composition, there's no proof of the details. I mean, just saying just coming up with something and saying like, oh yeah, because we have so many on green, that means we're gonna be thrown into a more yellow.
That's
whatever.
exactly
That's
why I think they're just blowing smoke. That's why I think they're just blowing smoke. I think they're literally only looking at population numbers, raw numbers, and engagement. That's all they're looking at, and that's all the data they really have access to.
So
they need to be doing instead of focusing on the future, but having fucking fun and just playing the game the way it's supposed to be played instead of worried about all these like quote politic type stuff and statistics that don't even aren't even provable.
That's my biggest beef with the game so far is that like a lot of the end game content is being gatekeeped by a popularity contest. And it's
I know. It's like let's fucking, if we're on purple, stay on purple. Let's fucking take some shit instead of bailing out and fucking and just because of some facts that aren't even true. Like we have no proof that there's any of that is even going to happen. I mean,
so Uga and Okashi, Poison Death. I don't recognize your name, but you could be someone I know. Uga and Okashi.
I've had to change my name several times at this point, but yeah.
Okay. But it's Uga and Okashi are people that I recognize from Invasions and from running with them on shooting it out in faction chat when I was in purple. Hey, looking for a group to do shit with. Over the last 2 weeks, when I did that, I'd get 1, maybe 2 purples.
Right.
And I'd get 2 greens. And then everything had to be done in PvE. With the last update where PvP is where it's at for luck and everything. Not even green wants to come over. And I'm looking at 3, maybe 4 people willing to join together and do stuff.
I've had literally the
What
same
is your-
experience
what's
as
your
you, and that's
company
probably
doing?
why you don't even know.
But I don't even
And-
understand what's your company doing, because anytime we want to run stuff, we got like 5 to 7 people. Purple's running.
See,
we got an extreme like
when
a
our
very,
company is on, we generally had about maybe 6 total active players,
I'm in a super inactive company,
and that was
like,
order at the end. We controlled
yeah.
a territory, and we only had 6 active players.
yeah, in
Yeah.
order of
I
the
mean,
end. is
Rain
the
Like
game
that's
is
how
really-
many we have.
Yeah,
And
I
we're
mean,
a tiny ass company.
dude, Rainmakers, we
Purple-
have 15
Purple
members,
is like-
and out of those, like, I would say 13 are active if we needed them. That right now, some of them are playing some other things, but if we were like,
Mhm.
hey, you want to get on do this, they'd jump on. You know, like,
And so one
which
of
is
the things,
why we haven't merged our company. So many
I'm not
people
gonna
want to
lie,
merge companies.
Purple has been like a joke of a company for the last like 4 weeks.
and
Well,
that's what
Purple's
we
the
wanted to
fact,
change.
Our
And it's a
company's
shame.
not like
It's-
that.
Well, that's why I haven't left Purple, because I care like a little bit at least.
And
If we don't have a
I can
balance between all the different factions, it's going to be really hard for us to actually get any objectives done because
Yeah.
we need each other. Unfortunately,
Everyone going
but
yellow, there's gonna be
fortunately.
like no PvP. Like what? If like the whole server went yellow, like
Well, I don't think
no.
that ever happened
I
because
mean no,
of,
but I'm
like,
it's
Oh,
just
to a
like,
degree. What happens if let's say Purple were to pull back because they're so outnumbered, they're just not gonna, they just never flag up. That sucks. That means they're not getting part of the game. You're not getting part of the game, and
Mhm.
it kind of sucks. We're gatekeeped
Purple
by
literally-
popularity. Yeah.
Purple literally cannot do anything right now because the popularity has just completely shifted.
we
literally
literally
sold
tried to
out.
field a war in Reekwater and ended up with, what was it, 20 purples, and the rest
30
was
people
green.
last night in Reekwater.
We had 30.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
Okay.
shame. I wanted to join that war, but I like had other like real life obligations.
And that's so we could have fielded
And it's just
one
a shame because
war.
it was like the worst time.
I think
'Cause
what's
Death
going
Worms
on
had
here.
5
uh,
people in
But
an
I mean,
expedition.
all
We
yellow.
probably
That's
wouldn't
all
have these
failure.
problems if Soji didn't like totally grift people.
Well,
and then
and,
leave
well,
the
I
yellow.
think the
I
problem
called him out
here
in
is
global, and he
people
threatened to ban me from the server. So like,
People-
that's super corny.
it-
people are trying to take things in their own hands to fix the server, as if anything we do has any real effect on the server at hand immediately. Like you're not one person, and people, you're not going to be able to fix the issues. The game's just playing out the issues. It's a new game. There's
Mhm.
going to be things like this. We just
this
need,
game is
if
in
you-
like
if you
permanent
chose
limbo until
purple,
merges.
if like depending on why you chose purple, like I chose purple because I'm not a big role player, but for the role play aspect of what purple is supposed to stand for in this game, right?
The
so I chose it.
spies.
That's
Right, I'm not
exactly
gonna-
why
I'm
I
not-
chose Purple.
I'm not gonna just change it, just because right this moment we're having a lot of issues. I mean, 4 weeks ago, like a month ago, purple had a ton of territory, and so it just comes and goes. And people were joking that yellow didn't want to take anything, and now look, yellow's taking. It's like you can't go by a day-to-day basis. Just stick with what you're doing and have fun and do your thing, and stop worrying about trying to fix the server and stuff. I mean, it's the
Aside
same
from
crap I used to
fixing the
hear
server.
when I first got on this thing. It was all about, we're the longevity of the server depends on us. It doesn't. The server's going to be here, and it's not going anywhere until Jeff Bezos decides he just wanted a tax write-off and just shuts the game down. So, it's just ridiculous to think that the longevity of the server is decided by a group of players. It's not going to happen. Just play the game.
Well, yeah.
Enjoy
So
the
as long
game.
as long as you have these like public discords like this that are ran by somebody, it's going to be like that, and it's really unfortunate.
But this
Because,
public Discord
apparently-
is not run like that. This is just a public Discord.
That's not true. Soji literally threatened to ban me from the public Discord, essentially cutting me out of all endgame content.
Yeah, that's not going to
Because
slash,
I called him out for being a grifter, which he verifiably was a grifter. And now you can go to the syndicate chat and you can see a bunch of people complaining.
You mean Greek?
I don't know anything about what was going on with that, so I can't really say whether or not any of that. What was going on with that.
He
But
literally
as
said,
far
"Hey,
as
everybody,
banning
join my
people from
company,
the-
give me money," and then left.
Oh, he never said give it. He never said give money.
Lie.
He
That's a
never said
fucking
give
lie.
money.
That's an outright lie. That's
I
an
was
outright
in
lie.
every single one of those conversations.
Let me ask you
Uh,
this:
okay.
when did,
About the money.
hold on,
It
Orneas,
is about the
hold
Orneas,
on
lie.
a second.
It's
Let me
not
ask
a
you.
lie.
Did he not ask people? Because I see you in the
100%.
syndicate.
I donated 4
So-
fucking K because you guys asked for it, and it's not about the money. I could give 2 shits left. I got 22K, and I ain't spending it on nothing. Okay, but to say that he didn't ask, that's a fucking lie. That's an outright lie.
Okay,
And
that
here's-
was
because
here's
that's all I
what-
ever
That was
said.
a previous issue and unrelated to the current
Is-
issue.
Okay,
what
This
I'm
is
trying to ask
Cosmelina. I was in
is-
that freaking company, and yes, I asked for people to donate as well for stuff for advancements on things. It wasn't just Soji. Okay.
Okay.
So
okay.
a bunch of
Where's
people.
So
that money
if you
now?
want to fucking bitch at him, you can bitch at me as well.
I'm
Where's
bitching
that
at
money?
you,
Well,
Ben,
so-
bro. It's
but-
coming
but-
at
but-
everybody who fucking bailed out on fucking
But just
Purple.
because
so
someone
just-
bails
but-
doesn't mean the money wasn't you. I mean, I don't know what was really going on
So
here.
if you
I don't have
if you
anything to
asked
do
for
with
money,
it,
did
but,
you
like,
know that you were going to be bailing on Purple? Because Soji knew the whole time. He asked
No,
for
he
money
didn't.
from
No,
people.
he didn't.
He asked for money from
He
people
did
and was
not
helping
know.
Yellow while he was asking.
No, he didn't.
I mean, I'm in Yellow
It
Wars all
was
the
an
time, but I have
It
no
was an
intention of going
invasion
Yellow.
that he jumped for. It was the invasion in First Light, and we were trying to protect First Light's 5 tier 5s instead
No,
of
I get that, but
Restless
like
having
Soji
1
has been
tier
helping
5.
Yellow for literal
But
like 3 weeks.
But doesn't the
Like,
money?
Yeah,
from-
so
When it
have
comes to
I.
invasion,
Because-
just
Yeah,
when it
because
comes
it
to
wasn't
listen,
just that one invasion.
Listen,
It
we've
was
been
happening
helping
before
Yellow
that.
because they led us into wars. Purple isn't
And they-
doing
and-
wars.
And they reached out to us and they wanted us to run it, and they
Mhm.
appreciate us coming over. We're not switching to Yellow, but we still run stuff with them all the time.
Yeah.
They're one of the few people they'll reach out to us and say, "Hey, please join the war. We could use you and Okashi." Boom, we're in because you reached out and you're nice. You know, Purple. They're not really doing
We
a
don't
whole lot.
have
Of work.
anything
Even-
going
Even when
right
they
now.
did all the gatekeeping crap you're talking about, that shit was Purple. A month
Yeah,
ago.
for a long time, Purple
Order
was
of the
huge
End.
on gatekeeping.
Order
I
of the
know
End,
that's why
Order
I'm
of
like
the
so
Ages,
salty. I joined
those
this faction.
people-
Purple sucks.
they were the most gatekeeping people ever, you know. And I don't have any hard feelings towards Mary or any of those people, but like there was some dumb shit, and that's why I called it out. And I got blocked by multiple of them, which was hilarious to me. But like, it's people they acting like what they do is gonna affect the server for what it's gonna be like a month, 2 months, or even a year from now. Like it's really gonna play out differently. People come and they go, and
So,
people do things, and that's just how it goes.
Aside from the past, and I was part of the people that were ticking you off, Uga, and that was just trying to troll.
Oh,
you
I
in
wasn't
chat.
ticked off. I wasn't
Just-
ticked off. I was just trolling and laughing my ass
Yeah,
off. I was
100%.
streaming it. It was hilarious.
I knew you were streaming, but so one of the things, if you read the next patch notes coming out from Amazon for how they want the game to be ran, and you can tell that by how they are designing the system, the way that Yellow is running it, mass running watermark, having limited number of crafters, but pushing more watermark activities, and all of that, that's how Amazon wants the games to be ran. And that's where
Right.
I saw the writing on the wall. I was like, they're doing it right. And I'd
Yeah.
like to be in that from the beginning.
Yeah,
So
I mean
can
that's
take
how it
away
is supposed to
three
be done.
things from this entire 5-minute conversation. One is that there's a little bit of drama. If you can ignore that, you guys will be happier.
Mhm.
Two, I think, in all honesty, if people are more vocally active, even in their faction chats, if you can just be like, "Hey, I'm running this. I'm going here. Anybody doing that? Anybody here to want to group up?" That kind of shit makes it more enjoyable for everybody. You can do that. That makes every single faction better. And the other one is the mass watermarking farming. I think everybody's doing it. I've seen a lot of Yellow doing it lately.
Yeah,
I've
I'm
also
doing
seen
it.
Purple
Yellow
out
is
there,
the
too. I
only
see
one that
Purple
I've
every day.
seen. And Purple, I tried to get groups to run watermark farming, and I could get 5 or 6.
There's a lot less
And-
of you guys. You're not normally flagged. I do see that a lot. I'm usually
Yes.
solo watermark farming myself.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, I'm flagged.
And
24/7.
I
Yeah,
see you all the
we-
time, Hanassus.
We're running
Um,
groups of 20 to 40 every day, watermark farming in green.
Okay,
Like,
I
I legit.
I haven't seen you. I've been rolled up on by multiple groups while I'm running a small group of 5 trying to watermark, and a group of 20 yellows rolls through.
And we
If
look
we're
for that group of
PvP
20
flagged,
yellows.
Yeah, if we're PvP flagged, we're kind of screwed. And I hate that that's the way it is, but Purple didn't have enough active people, enough people that were willing to, as Hanassus said, join together in mass and get over our issues previously.
I was
a lot
always
of our-
trying to get
But I mean, that's the
people
thing
together,
is,
but
I mean, right now
problem-
I'm hearing a bunch of shit about Soji. I mean, I don't understand
yeah, so
why
fuck
people
the-
are
fuck the
even
drama, but
like,
whatever.
like
But like people in Purple never wanted to do anything other than Dirtle and PVE and craft in towns. So like it's difficult to get people in Purple to rally because everyone
Well,
just wants to Dirtle and craft.
I
Dude,
mean,
I've
that
been
crafting is
putting
a
out
huge
faction
bonus
stuff.
though.
Hey,
when
I'm
you-
looking for groups to do Mangled, Malevolence, Reek Water for the past 2 weeks trying to get groups together in faction chat. And it was always either the 5 or 6 from my company or 1 or 2 people from Death Wardens. I don't think I ever partnered with any other purple company except for Barbecue, Amish Tech Supports Company.
You're talking about ours. I was waiting for it. I was like, okay, wait a moment. There's only one other one that it could be.
Yeah, and I've partnered with Amish a lot.
Oh, he likes farming. He's a farming fiend.
Exactly. And he's very active, and I straight up told Amish, I want you to join us because you're active, you're doing exactly what we're all doing over here, what Amazon is supposedly trying to do. Amish's response was, we're waiting for the merge. Fully respect that.
Well, I don't know if you've seen Amazon's post today.
Well, that's why
where
I
they
haven't
said
made
they're
any
going to come
moves.
out with more transparency on what they're saying, because a lot of people are getting their panties in a bunch and they don't even know how the system is, and that's basically the post Amazon put out, because they're nerfing the quote unquote farming that you're doing in Merkguard, but they're also adding multiple other ways to get it up daily. So they don't want people to just mindlessly grind Shattered and that's it.
Yes. And I like that. And if you need anything explained, we've had a lot of reading of the rules and the patch notes and how they're working watermarking, and I'm pretty sure I understand it pretty well. If you need it explained, I can help. And we can talk it out here.
When people start explaining the patch notes, they start throwing in the patch notes don't even say. It's why people think that we're merging in 2 weeks and that we're going to be going into a predominantly server that's predominantly one color. Like, see,
I'd like to say I preface that by saying this is all speculation.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying there's a lot of that going on.
But
I'm
the
not
facts are that watermarking right now is valuable, and everybody should be doing it. And
right now,
watermarking
is valuable.
That's fantastic.
Right, it absolutely is, definitely. I'm just saying, like, in this thing, one reason a lot of people leave purple is because of all the bitching and the whining. I mean, we're even in here, we're in a chat, we're just running around the game and bitching and whining over shit that's not even really that big of a deal. Like Soji left off, great, okay, he stole some money, okay, that sucks. But it's done now. Just keep on going. That money probably got used in a way that was for the place anyway. I mean,
all the money that Soji took was put straight into declaring war on Restless, so Soji could keep Restless.
I'd like to make it very clear that I could care less about the money. It's just that everybody's saying that he didn't, and he did.
Well, yeah,
the amount of money that was in Death Warden's coffers was just over 9K gold.
Okay, so now that Soji's
I can make that
that's it.
Soji's the server owner of
I can
Discord,
literally
and
make that
now
in a
he is
day.
actively...
Wait, hold on.
Restless
Sorry.
and Weaver's Fen were
Soji
losing
is
money.
actively, right at this moment, as I'm speaking, he is deleting messages in the Syndicate chat because he doesn't want shade thrown on him, and people in his company are saying factual things about him, and he's attempting to hide his mistakes.
So let me ask you, and it doesn't really matter at the end of the day.
Literally,
but
I'm telling you, he's deleting
when he
messages
left,
as
how
I'm
much
talking.
money was
Yeah,
gone?
he's just
like how much
deleting all
money
of
was
my
there?
It was 9K. I was live streaming it when he did it.
That's fine. He's
9K.
deleting the messages right now because we don't fucking agree with him. Because every single thing that you guys have said, every single reason why you guys have said that you left are the exact same fucking reasons why we're mad that you left. Because you guys fucking ditched on us. You ditched on fucking Purple. You guys made it seem like we were fucking consolidating into one group, and you fucking left after you consolidated us. I've been fucking trying to consolidate Purple for fucking weeks, and then we backed Soji, and we backed fucking Death Wardens, and then they fucking bailed. And that's the fucking problem, and that's what you guys fucked us, you fucked Purple, and we don't want to fucking run off and join the fucking bandwagon. So everything that you're fucking saying is the exact reason why we're upset. That's why we're angry.
And it's bullshit that Soji owns this.
Dude, no offense, but at the same time, you might want to check your blood pressure, man.
Any comment that
hold on.
I'm
just gonna say that if you're that angry over a fucking video game, you probably need to relax, dude. You're gonna wind up having a heart attack. It's a video game.
And even aside from that,
Ironically,
it's a video game that people come to relax, and then they get fucking bullshitted and scammed.
No, I understand.
So
I understand.
It's annoying.
That. And that. I'm not saying that he did the right thing.
And we shouldn't be upset, but we're getting scammed by people who are supposed to be for us. So, like, obviously, we're going to be upset, and like, we don't come to play this video game to be upset.
Yeah,
this is why I'm so glad we're kind of isolated, Ugo.
Yeah,
in our little company. This is why we do a little company, because we can.
Every time someone reaches out for Rainmakers to join something, we say no.
Just a moment.
This is why I have no interest in helping anyone. I'm just a fucking solo. Fuck
Mikey, can I say one thing? Just because I've listened to all this. The problem with what's going on for me now isn't necessarily the swapping. It's now because of the stigma of swapping. I have friends that are in other factions. I'm not just friends with people in purple. And if I and my group decided to up and change because we wanted to go play with them, which, mind you, this is a part of the game. Wait. If we went and all left and suddenly became green or yellow or whatever fucking color we wanted to be, I have a very bad feeling that a lot of people would be upset, especially those in here.
And they shouldn't be. That's what I'm trying to say.
And that's the thing. It's part of the game. And you know, okay, whatever Soji did, I don't care. I don't like the guy any more than anybody else does. That's irrelevant. What's happening now is that there's a stigma for swapping, regardless of your reasons. I've seen people who wanted to swap just because their friends were over there. And they've gotten purple turned them into the worst possible motherfucker that they could be. It was like they shot their fucking dog, ran it over, and then threw it in the backyard in a pile of fire.
Yes,
I mean, it was awful. It really was.
That's exactly what I'm trying to get at.
And it's sad because, you know, I've got people that I want to hang out with. I don't care what color they are. I mean, as funny as that sounds. And I can't because someone's going to accuse me of, well, you're going to go over there. You're a traitor now.
Yeah.
And it's like, if it was a problem, if Amazon didn't want you to do it, they wouldn't have put it in there in the beginning.
Right, and they
wouldn't have made achievements for all three factions.
Well, that's a whole other mega worms.
But it changes the dynamic of the game.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, but
the politics of this is totally irrelevant to me. But because of the politics now, a good chunk of this server has ruined my gaming experience and anybody else who wants to do it. And it's not right. It's not fair to the other players who have no play in this whatsoever. I don't give a fuck what any of you do. I don't.
Right.
But for the simple fact that now I am stuck here for any other reason than I'm stuck here, that's pretty fucked up.
Purple.
So can I talk
for
just a second? So I love what you're saying, Bloodlust. Because one of the biggest reasons for me wanting to shift to yellow, aside from the fact that I like the way that they're running their faction and all of that, was the fact
when
that...
the gear's different, mind you, too.
Yeah, and, well, no, purple gear is so much cooler than yellow.
I like
my
Marauder's
God.
stuff. It looks cool.
Dude, Marauders has the coolest looking, but purple has the scariest looking. My friends shifted into Greenwood Billionaires. And I used to run with Crafty Callie, Tathmatet, Kapawaya, run with them daily. They were the groups that I would be like, hey, I'm looking to run this. And they'd be like, we're down. I didn't have to look to faction chat because I had them. That's why I said in the last 2 months, that's about how long they've been in yellow right now. It was a factor, is running with our friends. The second factor is the fact that yellow is flipping the server. Or attempting to. Not saying they're going to succeed. There is a time frame on whether or not you can join yellow now. Because you cannot join the controlling faction. Like right now, you cannot join green.
Yeah, but you're using that as an excuse to bring people over, and you're not going to be controlling for long. I mean, it's just like... That like purple used to be controlling, then green was controlling, then yellow. That's the part of the game. It switches. It changes.
So listen to this though. Hold on 1 second. You guys got to understand that as a purple player, since I've been on this server, which is like 2 months now, basically since the game came out, so many people in purple, since purple was a dominating faction originally, so many people have done the same exact tactic where they recruit for their company, ask for donations, and then they immediately server transfer their entire company. And this has happened like 5 times now. And like as a purple, I'm like, I thought Soji was for purple kind of till the end. Like, I don't really care about video game like drama nonsense, but like it's just really frustrating to like see this happen over and over and over again, where somebody recruits for a company, asks for money, and then just grifts and leaves. Now, Soji didn't leave the server, but 4 other companies with 50+ people have just completely left the server with tons of money.
On the people who gave them the money and the scammers. It's not the whole. It's not purple. It's not how the game works. At the end of the day, it's trusting people that you shouldn't have trusted in the first place. I mean, scams are a real thing, and if
scams are a real thing, but how are you supposed to know that people are scammers when they seem like they're a large thing? Like, how are you supposed to predict that 50 people are just going to up and leave?
There's no way in hell that I would just. Yeah, I do too. I mean, there is no way in hell that if people got on here asking for money that I'd just like hop on board and go with it. Like, it just makes no sense.
My rule for giving in game, in life, anywhere is if I'm not ready to part with that money and see it go to nothing, I don't give it up.
Because anytime you give that up,
and I suggest to anybody.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be honest. I've never given a single nickel to anybody. I'm a doinker for life, and we're super casual. But like, so I'm not
okay.
About, I haven't lost any money. I haven't lost any money, but I'm just super pissed that like this same scenario keeps happening and happening and happening, and then purple just keeps dying off slower and slower and slower.
But it's not going to be permanent. That's the thing.
It's definitely not going to be permanent, and that's why I don't really care that much, because it's not going to be permanent, and that's why I'm not making any moves. And we're going to have this server merge, and it's going to be.
But while people are running their mouths, even though they're not real serious, it's making people very angry. When at the end of the day, we really shouldn't be angry. If so, I don't know anything about the situation, so I'm not saying what Soji did was right or wrong, because I don't really have any proof or anything like that. So I can't really comment on it. But if someone wants to move factions, just move factions, and if people get screwed, that's how it works.
Yeah, like
they shouldn't do that. I mean, that's rude, and I would never do it. But
I want to move to green right now because I met a whole bunch of really cool greens, and they have their own little company, and they're my friends now, and I want to play with them. I can't, and that's the mechanic of the game. But
wait, Deathshot, why can't you?
Because green's a dominating faction. I cannot miss them.
And just hold off, man. Soon they won't.
Oh yeah, so like I'm not mad. Like I'm not really mad about it. It's just like. It just sucks to like see purple just die just because people can't like I don't know how to
it'll come back. It'll come back. But it's just like I know it'll come back when me and Okashi and all of our friends.
It just seems scummy, and then it seems even more scummy when I say something in this fucking global Discord that is run by Soji, when I'm like any amount critical, and then other people are also critical and saying similar things. Immediately he just like deletes people's messages and threatens to ban them. If I get banned on this Discord, I can't be in innovation forever.
Don't worry, man. Don't worry, buddy. Don't worry about that. No, you're not going to get.
I will talk to Soji about that. I'm not saying I have sway or anything, but I will mention it.
But I do want to say that, even when I first started playing this game, me and Okashi came over. When I was trolling about the kitchen and shit like that. It was real funny because. People were like talking longevity of the server, like everything is permanent or something. But I mean, even back then, I was like, oh yeah, none of these companies, Death Wardens, Order of the End, none of those will last more than a few months. And boom, look, none of them have. Especially at beginnings of games, it's always like this. You have tons of large amounts of people that come up and then they die off, and it takes a while for the game to get some stable and momentum in certain directions. And the same thing goes for factions, the game itself, and everything.
Listen, I'm a longtime Rust player, so I understand that like pixels don't really mean anything. This is just pixels. Like I could lose all my shit tomorrow, and like I would still probably play this game. So, as much as it's irrelevant, it's also kind of oh, what's up?
So it may have been me. I honestly thought the Doinkers was a dead faction, dead company.
Dude, it's literally dead. I'm the only active person in the entire faction.
If we didn't include you in our conversations, I apologize for that. It wasn't intentional. We didn't think to invite the Doinkers because we thought they were dead.
Yeah, I've been totally ostracized since I joined the Doinkers, but I also haven't left because they're really cool people. They're active in Discord. They just don't really play this game like that. The company, the guy who invented the company hasn't been online in 35 days. He's been playing Halo but they're all active in the in their own little Doinker Discord. Like, so I assume they're IRL friends or something, but I don't know them like that. Mm-hmm. So there's like 2 or 3 people in this company who play, and they're cool people. So that's the only reason I haven't left, because I have no beef with them. They're just inactive, and I'd like to join a more active company. And I was considering joining Soji, and then because his company was active, and now he just totally bounced. So I'm like, okay, wow, good thing I didn't fucking do that.
Join what was left of Death Wardens.
Well, I would like to join it. At this point, it doesn't even matter because we're going to be merging so soon. Like, it really doesn't matter.
Everybody keeps saying that it doesn't matter.
I'm making friends.
It does. I mean, we're all going to merge into the same thing. So, like,
exactly,
if
and
you
we're all going to be
a group of friends.
I'm going to be making new friends. Like, it's all good. So, like, I'm really not that butthurt. It's just like this is the 5th time now that somebody has done this same little grifter scam of, hey, we're recruiting, take your money, bounce. Like,
and
I've seen this happen over and over again. So it's just like, oh my god, what the fuck?
You wouldn't want to transfer right now. You'd want to wait until you find out.
Well, exactly, and that's exactly why I haven't transferred servers yet or factions, because I'm just like, we've been in limbo for like 3 weeks now,
and
like
so,
knowing that something's gonna happen.
So Poison, I'm not going to speak on their behalf, but I'm pretty sure there are smaller companies in Purple, if you don't want to switch out of Purple, who would gladly have you since you were the only Doinker left. I know that you might want to stay being Doinkers because they're your friends, but being part of an inactive company is kind of shitty, speaking as someone who used to be
at
part
this point,
of
I'm Doinker till I die, just for the principle at this point. Like, even
then,
though they don't play, like, I got no real allegiance to these people, but like, at this point, it like doesn't matter too much to me. And I've been playing with a bunch of greens, like they're like Slytherin House, like I think their company's called. But
yeah,
I've been playing with those dudes. They're cool dudes. I have a lot of fun playing with them. I mean, I hang out with them all the time and play with them. So I have fun playing with people. But it's just, it would be nice. Like, if I could turn green right now, I would.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say, as a person that's on the outside of this, because I know what happened with Soji and all that, but I'm green. We're Dendy. It's whatever. We play with everybody. We have our fun and whatnot. What Soji did was wrong. Don't get me wrong. It was. But the biggest thing you should learn and take from it, because this happened to the server that we came from, many of people stole hundreds of thousands of gold and dip. So it wasn't like 9K. So it sucks. It happened. It sucks more so that he's trying to flip his own territory. But the only thing you can do to get past it is let that be what it is. Move on past it. Try to defend. You'll get plenty of help from other people.
I get
move past it all, because the worst thing you can do is let it eat at you.
Oh, I get what you're saying, and I'm totally not personally upset by it, even though it might sound like I am. Like, I might sound like I'm all worked up about it, but I'm I'm not like that personally upset. I'm not personally upset by it. I just don't want it to like go under the rug and him act like nothing wrong happened. So the fact that you can at least like maybe possibly consider that he might have done something wrong is good. Like, that makes me feel
me being
like
on that side.
The whole reason I am here,
he totally gaslighted me into like saying that he did nothing wrong, and then I'm an asshole for saying something, and then a bunch of other people also said things, and then he deleted their messages, and he's just totally gaslighting everybody into saying that he didn't do anything wrong.
Being in the Discord he controls, of course. I mean, it's like I work in politics. No politician wants their dirty laundry aired out there. So they're going to make it go away, right?
Well, yeah, and I just don't want it to go. I don't want it to go unsaid. I want people to know at least what
Speaking
happened.
as someone who is on the inside, the whole reason I am here is to, as Isabel said, or is that really your in-game name?
Oh yeah.
Okay,
definitely. I offered him time for loaded.
Oh, you're.
I love it.
Isabella.
Okay. So what he said, air the dirty laundry, get past it. That's what I'm trying to do. It's let's talk this shit out. We don't want enemies with Purple. We would like you guys to join us because we want.
Well, yeah. Well, so that's why I aired it out and I let it go. I aired it out and I let it go. I wasn't going to sit there and harass and argue and continue to like do it with him.
But I will say, okay, on the outside, playing the politics and saying we don't want enemies of Purple. If Soji left and that was it, that's not wanting enemies of Purple. Okay, you can just leave it. I left. I went yellow. Whatever. Going yellow and then trying to flip your own territory of the people you just left, that's kind of a spit in the face.
that's pretty pretty rough. I mean,
but you've got to remember though, is just like I came because of, like, for instance, with you. You want to go to green because you're friends. I came because those people are my friends. He's trying to flip that territory because all of us fucking own property in that damn town.
Are you
And Soji has owned Restless since day 5 of the server.
Yes, and we have spent.
He paid 100,000 gold for it.
Tons and tons of time, into that frickin' city. Booty Bay is ours.
And that's the whole reason we flipped it for Soji, is because he's the one who raised the 100K to purchase Restless. It wasn't a take it by force. It was to get a territory that was unclaimed. You had to spend 100,000 gold,
Yeah, I
and
know.
Soji raised that.
We bought 3 of them. I know. I know what it's like, but even still, I mean, saying you don't want a problem with purple and leaving to take that purple territory. I mean, you could have flipped anything and taken a town. You could have tried Everfall. You could have done First Light. You could have done Cutlass. You could have done Ebonscale. You went after the place you left.
You cannibalize your own people that you claim to be for.
That's I think where a lot of the pain comes from on their side.
And a lot of the pain comes from people having personal feelings towards having their money stolen or whatever. And I know not everyone can see.
That was a previous issue.
Which and I mean honestly, if it was 9K, I'm sorry it was stolen, but I mean that's
9K is like
I thought you said 90K.
No, it was 9,000 gold.
Who
we
knows
were
exactly?
12,000 in the treasury when we jumped
literally, out. It's 9K confirmed, but who knows the untold amounts? Like,
but
I don't know because I wasn't in the company.
The money aspect of it's one thing, and honestly,
money means nothing to me. It's the principle to me.
I get what you're trying to say.
Confirmed.
And that is very.
And it's not even 9K. There's still like 4K in the treasury now, so he took only like 6K out.
Oh, okay.
Okay, well that's not too bad then.
Again, I'm not.
Well, like I said, I mean, I know we're all airing it out and shit, but like, I said my piece in the chat. I just wanted it to go said so that it wasn't unsaid, and then other people piled on. So like, that is what it is. Like, I wasn't directly involved, and I watched it as a third party purple. So I just wanted it to be known and said so that people knew what was going on. So like but then he just like totally gaslit people and said, "Oh, that's not really what happened." And that's I'm
gonna be honest, and I'm gonna just say I'm surprised that people are surprised by this, because like I wrote Death Wardens off, Order the End off as people I would trust a long time ago. And now some of the people have come forward and they kind of proved themselves that I had the wrong feeling about them. But just by watching in chat the arrogance and the eliteness of some of the people that talk. So like I wrote them off a long time ago. So it surprises me that so many people are surprised that he did this.
I'll be honest, I'm not really surprised at all, which is why I never joined them.
It's the false pretenses. He was just recruiting. Acting like he was the one restoring purple. I think that's a lot of my.
He unified himself as like the new.
That's your first clue. Anyone who says I'm restoring a whole faction,
exactly, dude. That was the biggest red flag, and that's why I didn't join.
No one company is restoring an entire faction. That's just not how it works.
I mean, we got to start somewhere, right? I mean, with some consolidation would go a long way. I mean,
I got to piss, but I'll be back in like 2 minutes if people are going to hold on.
How many people?
I'm staying here for a while.
So what? How many people? What?
How many people do you run with?
How many people do I run with? We run with about, depending on when people are on, I'd say max like 10, 11.
Yeah, I mean, so I got another 4. You know what I mean? I got a group of 4, and there's so many little groups of us and everything, and we can start making more things happen if we're consolidated. We can start getting in on those wars. No, am I like completely PvP ready? No, but we're trying to make that progress, and it definitely was told.
Here's where the difference is. Here's where you should have a pretty big clue, though. When someone says you got to join this company, give some money, stuff like that to restore purple, we can quote restore purple as separate company. That's the stance me and Akashi have taken since the beginning. We're not gonna join other people unless we would under the right circumstances, I'm sure, but it'd have to be some pretty special ones.
Uga, so on the larger servers, that's actually a great segue into something I learned yesterday from talking with the leadership of Yellow. On the larger servers, what company you're a part of isn't really that important. Right. Like, for instance, if, say, Rainmakers wanted to take a territory. What they'd do is they'd send invites out to every single purple that they were friends with. And they would all join Rainmakers, and they would all run PvP in that territory that they wanted to take. And then at the end of it, they just disperse back to their companies. And whenever we tried to do that, it was always, it's all Doinkers. It's all Order of the End. It's all Death Wardens. And I'm not going to lie, I was Order of the End. Order of the End till I die, and that was... This hurt because I was Order of the End.
Right.
And
but see, the way I see it is you don't even have to do that. You can literally get a bunch of people together from different companies, and if y'all all come together and agree, okay, Order of the End is going to take this, and we're going to help them take it. And it's just under the impression of you're not going to be the ones to declare war. And that's one way to test someone's honesty, because if they end up declaring war afterwards, then that just shows you that they're not really the most honest people, and they probably shouldn't be dealt with anyway. And that to me is even better. So like if Rainmakers wanted to take Cutlass Keys, for instance, and a bunch of other companies wanted to help out.
You are so on this Cutlass Keys, man.
Cutlass Keys.
He brings up taking Cutlass Keys all the time. It's so funny.
I want Cutlass Keys one day. I mean, we haven't done it yet, but if
I'm the only one in the company that has a house in Cutlass Keys, so I don't know why he's always.
I like Cutlass Keys. It's been the place that I want to take since I started the game, and I will take it one day.
It's got cinnamon.
So one of the best things that I'm noticing about Cutlass Keys, that Skull Fort Elite Zone, is in 4 of the epic weapon quests, the 580 weapon quests. It's in 4 of them at least.
There you go. See,
I keep coming down here, paying full price for fucking ass off, and not to mention that one of the best areas to weapon level is the Elite Zone in Monarchs, which you fast travel to Cutlass to get there.
Where you walk, in the case of purples, because you green bastards have everything now.
Yeah, man, my teleports are getting expensive.
It is leg day every day in purple.
Rough.
I mean, damn.
Like, I can tell you how to stop that, and it doesn't matter what faction you are. Do you want to know how to fix that?
What?
How?
Buy more houses.
Sign up for OPR.
Oh, funny. Oh, he's off. Gotcha. Well, I don't get paid for OPR.
You know, I'm not a big fan of OPR myself.
But most games are 10 minutes.
I'm a fan of the money.
Like as a tank, it can get a little bit more boring because there's not as much fighting like on the point, which is great for crowd crushing. I like tanking. That's what I'm saying. Like, but I'm cool with it. I'm not a big fan.
Do a 300 strength, 200 con build. If you need the gear, I've got it. I can get it for you.
I could do it. I could even do that right now. It's just I need something. I feel like I need something more ranged for it because a lot of times you're not really
void gauntlet and a light staff. That's all you need in this game. I will prove it to every one of you. I only died at 2 people on the server.
Me, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I like my great axe Warhammer. Not gonna lie.
I'll take my sword and shield and my great axe or whatever other weapon that I like to use. But my sword.
Yeah, I run hardcore sword and shield on PvE.
Now listen,
sure.
right?
I did that for the first 60 levels because that was my best friend, who's my roommate. He was a healer, and that's what he wanted to be. We were in closed beta and open beta, and he was a healer, and I wanted to be a tank. So, boom, we ran together. You know how hard it is to kill anything when you have 0 damage going out? It took us 30 minutes to kill any boss.
Yes, it was awful. Yes, it was awful.
Me and Okashi know
but
very
you don't
well.
ever die.
That's
either.
exactly right.
What are you talking about? We kill things fast. I'm a DPS bitch.
Yeah, you are a pretty intense healer. Like that motherfucker's crazy. He fucking destroys.
Out of the wrong area. Sorry.
Yo,
yeah.
I'm about to get back out of here to my chat. I'd like to say,
I am too.
I don't think anybody here, especially Purple at the moment, has voted Soji like King Daddy, like, you know, top dog. And he needs to not fucking censor our fucking chat. You should pass that along. Don't fucking.
I am gonna mention that this Discord will not be censored, but in that, try to keep toxic on the low.
Yeah, I got you. But he also left his boy shit up here. He left a Celebrities post that was wrong. He told somebody that they said a word wrong, and I posted the definition. He deleted my definition, but left his boys post up here. It's that sort of little shit. Like, don't come into our fucking faction.
And
that.
none of this surprises me. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, again, Uga, it's not necessarily about being surprised. It's just a matter.
I know. I'm not saying it in a negative way towards you. I don't mean it like that. I'm just literally meaning I'm not.
I've got an idea. I'll make us a server and I will unify purple.
There we go.
Yes.
Who's gonna leave?
Oh gosh, here comes the spreadsheet. Here come the spreadsheet.
Oh.
Okashi is obsessed with spreadsheets.
God.
So if you ever need, here it comes. But yeah,
I'm not doing a spreadsheet. I'm tired of spreadsheets.
Give it a few days.
Oh yeah, you're right. I probably need to work on that D&D one.
Yeah, but no, when I say I'm not surprised, I don't mean that in a negative way towards the people who may have been surprised. I just means
you victim blamer.
Yeah, I'm not. No. I'm not blaming. Yeah, I'm just saying, like, there were, like, for me, I just picked up on it. It doesn't surprise me, and all it does is make me, cross his name off again and keep going.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Soji, to be completely honest, and it's always been his. If you watch him in chat with his business stuff, it just drives me up a wall. There's a couple of different things that he does that just drives me up a wall, and then when he talks to other people, he does talk down to them, and you don't talk down to anybody.
He's always talked down to me. I mean, that was the whole thing when a few months ago,
the same
when
thing,
when I started trolling about the kitchen and Windsor.
Oh, that was great. I love that.
The reason
man.
I was doing that shit is because
wonderful.
people were being talked down to, so I was just trolling them, making a point of it because I can't stand when people get talked down to in chat. Like, oh, it drove me nuts. Hey, because people would legitly ask, like, hey, when is this getting upgraded? And they would just be like, it's never getting upgraded. You gotta get it. I'm just like, y'all are assholes. And so I trolled the shit out of them. But like,
yeah, and then you got banned.
Yeah, I got banned for it too.
Hey, well,
you actually got banned, dude.
How'd you get banned?
Yeah, I got
abuse.
Yeah.
Abuse in chat. It's a report. A report.
Yeah,
tag.
it's abusive chat, but not.
How is that abusive?
It was fine.
It wasn't really abusive. But,
It wasn't really abusive. I never really said anything beyond the kitchen, and I did joke with Mario about, isn't it past your bedtime? Don't you have school tomorrow or something like that? But like, that was more of just troll. Like,
there was Iowa, and we did talk about him having a stick up his ass, but
that
it was
dude did have a
true.
stick up his ass, and I would say it again. That dude was being a douchebag. I just can't stand. Like, we're playing a game. Like, shut the fuck up, people, and have fun. Like, stop ruining it for everybody. So I just call those people out.
All right, I'm back.
Hey, one
What
thing.
I do?
Hi, back.
Hey, first of all, I'm sorry. I swear a lot, and so if I come off extra hostile, I don't mean to.
No, you just sounded like you really needed like some blood pressure meds or something.
We'll just write you off too. No worries.
That's all.
100%.
Yeah, your name is crossed off. No, I'm kidding, buddy. I'm just messing with you. No, I say that shit.
You just sounded like, man. It sounded like you just needed some weed, man. I'll just be honest.
Yeah, dude, you just need to smoke some, man.
I do need to get outside. Okay, that's part of why I'm trying to get out of here. And also, I mean, no offense to poison death, but I finally got my fucking opportunity to speak, and I took it. And I'm sorry if it came off.
Oh no, you're fine.
Oh,
you're
no,
fine.
yeah,
I wasn't. No one. I don't think anyone in here was.
Oh yeah, if Uga's talking, you
that.
like. He doesn't take breaths when he talks, so you're never gonna get to talk once he gets going.
But no, like, and you sounding more angry, like, it's perfectly legit. It's okay to be angry. I was literally just saying it like, man, you might need to just take a break and relax, like legitly being like, breathe, buddy.
I was on a break. I took a 2-day break, and then I
okay, Ross.
I'm sorry.
You were on a break.
I'm sorry if I monopolized the conversation and sounded like a jerk.
No, you're
poison.
Oh, I was talking about Uga.
No, he's talking about me. I run my mouth too much.
Uga, once he gets going, like, dude, you have no idea. He does not breathe. He just keeps going.
He types so fast.
Wait, I mean, I'm the same way too. Like,
yeah, dude, it's like your comebacks are like, as soon as it's posted, it's boom response, motherfucker.
Yeah, dude's on Adderall, man. He's on Adderall or something.
No, I have to take lots of the opposite of that to keep me calm.
Yeah, you're right.
Clearly, it's not working.
Yeah, no, dude, I am hyped up. I need to go take a long rip. Like, I'm
Orneas, I am sorry if I pissed you off.
No, not at all, brother. You absolutely did not. No, I don't want it to sound like that. Like I said, so I'm obviously a little upset, but I'm not like actually pissed off in my core, even though I sound like it. I'm just.
I'm the same way. Like I am literally not pissed off at this at all because I played this game like mostly solo, so like I don't really care what happens.
Damn, that's sad.
Yeah, that hurts me, dude. If you need anybody to run with, shoot it out in global or add me as a friend on here. My in-game name is Mitt Karn. If you need someone to run with, I'll switch to PvE and run with you. Running solo blows.
Well, I mean, like, so what I mostly like to do is I really like the PvP in this game. I mostly like to do outpost rush, and I really like when I literally will get onto the game at like I don't know, like I'm in Eastern time, so I like get on at like 8 in the morning because I have like an online kind of job. So I get on at like 8 in the morning, and I'll just queue for outpost rush, and then I'll go like fish or something because the server is basically dead.
Hey, a fellow fisher, let's go.
Yeah, like
I need to keep leveling my fishing up.
I need to just level all of that.
Fishing's kind of fun. Mean, I'll tell you right now, bro. You can make so much money on gems just from fishing.
Don't knock fishing with those fishing.
Bro,
blades, man.
you will literally crush miners in the gems that you can produce.
Oh, completely. No,
like I get at least eight chests per hour with my like fishing luck set and my rod.
Oh, dude.
For a second, I thought you meant miners, like underage. I was like,
yeah.
What are you talking about? You can literally crush miners. I was like, oh my god.
Okay, that's a you thing. That's a you thing.
I don't know how many of you guys have it, but the end of the fishing gear armor set is so good for fishing.
Dude, it's incredible.
That shit is better than the vengeful stuff that you can buy off the market. It's ridiculous.
Oh, it's so much better.
I've got like 40 more levels and I'll be there.
Has anyone heard these of what they're doing with the gear that you've bought off the market that's above a 500?
Yes.
Am I reading this right?
Okay. So can I talk to explain what's going to happen?
Yes.
Yeah, please
can give your opinion because everything is in speculation at this point.
Well, so what they have said is that they are dropping the gear score of items to your watermark. It's going to be called weapon expertise now.
Correct.
Which is why watermarking is go do it now before it gets nerfed with the next patch, because it will get nerfed. The difference is when it gets nerfed, you can focus it. They're going to be dropping items that you can pick up in elite chests, expeditions, and they'll drop from bosses in elite zones that allow you to make... Fuck, I forget what it's called. It's an item that you walk up to a brand... Gypsum. You walk up to a brand new crafting station, you're like, I need a gypsum thing for this item. And then the next time you get a watermark drop, there is a guaranteed item in that which will up your watermark for that type of item. I.e., I want to watermark my spear. You can do this once per day.
So it is still unclear how much gypsum you're going to get from crafting / refining. But
yes.
It's still very clear that the best way to get your watermark is going to be to kill monsters, and the second best way will be PvP. Crafters seem to be getting shafted on this next update, but nothing is confirmed, obviously.
They're actually doing a bonus to crafters as well, in the fact that those with high-level crafting gear can now... Another thing that's dropping from those exact same mobs is an item that... Oh, shit. Give me a second. Fuck. Words, mouth happen. Allows you to put to force an attribute and a craft mod.
Ooh, nice.
If you want a musket with dex and powder burn, or a musket with dex and rapid shot, you can do it because of what those high level mobs are going to be dropping.
That's great.
And so they're helping crafters. You can do that. What it's going to do is it's going to make it more even for people, say, a fresh level 60 who gets handed Voidbent armor.
Okay.
That Voidbent armor is going to be jack shit for him. Because it's going to be a 500 gear score Voidbent armor. until he gets his watermark up to what it is. It's just levels with
all
So-
of your gear is going to be anchored to your whatever your watermark level is.
Okay,
It doesn't matter what the gear score it says it is. It's going to act as whatever your watermark is.
So
let me
it'll
ask
grow
you this.
with
So
you
like I have some
up to
600
its-
pieces that I've not gotten. My watermark is not 600. What it's going to do is drop that down to what my watermark is but will it increase as my watermark gets?
Yes.
Okay.
It will
so
get
the
more
gear doesn't
powerful the more you
Yes.
level.
Okay, so the gear
and they
isn't
also
shit then. Like it's gonna
and-
increase as I increase my watermark.
Yes, and it also they're adding in a way to track your watermark.
You'll be able to
that
see.
you will
You'll be able to see
know
directly
exactly where your watermark is.
Yeah, they needed that at the very beginning.
Yeah, they're calling it expertise now.
Yeah.
So the current way of farming watermark is not going away. It's going to be you can still do the same thing, but like it seems like overwhelmingly killing monsters is still going to be the best way to get your watermark levels
Cool.
up.
Well, I like that. I like that. You know, it's a very heavy PvP game, but it's got some really cool PvE stuff, and I'm glad that they make you continue
When
doing
it first
that once
came
you hit
out,
60.
it was supposed to be only PvP. They
Right,
added PvE
right. Well,
as
yeah,
like an extra thing, and then PvE took off, and everybody loved it.
Yeah, I
That's
really
the
enjoyed
biggest,
the PvE
well,
in
that's
this
the biggest
game, to be
reason I
honest.
bought this game is mostly because it was like I assumed it was going to be mostly PvP oriented. Like
See, I
my
was the
favorite,
opposite.
like
I
one of my
wasn't
favorite
gonna get it.
I
MMOs
want
I
ever
love
was
PvE
that
all day
PvE.
long. I hate PvP. Absolutely.
I like the PvP in this game. It's
Yeah,
the
and I get
first
that.
MMORPG that I've enjoyed PvP in. I'm usually
Put that on
all
a freaking
PvE.
review, dude.
Right.
Yeah. It is literally the only one that I enjoy, and I
For
really
not
like the
being
PvP. And I'm not a I'm a competitive person, but I'm not a competitive gamer. And
You're not
so
like a
like I'm not going in PvP like trying to just like be top dog and like reading all this meta and spending hours at it, but I really like it a lot. So it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm like sort of the opposite. Like I love
See
all
ya.
that shit.
Yeah.
I suck at it, but I love that kind of shit. I like having the most optimal build. I like doing all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. See,
I-
I'm just not.
I love this game because
Most optimum build.
honestly,
And I
So
playing
do
this,
it.
like, the wrong
I
way.
die. I get rolled every single time.
Well, man, when we and Okashi started playing this game with our friends, we actually not like a hard rule, like a bully rule, but like our friend group was like, okay, none of us are going to Google anything about this game. We're just going to log in and start playing. And to be honest, we've only just recently even started reading anything, and we've been 60.
It
for
was
weeks.
so much fun that
It
way,
was so
though.
much fun going into
Okay.
dungeons and just getting
Yeah.
fucking murked. Like it was fun. It was a very very
Yep.
fun progression. I recommend it to anyone
This
when you
is-
start a
like,
new MMO.
I really enjoyed this game because it was like a brand new MMO all over again. It made me feel like a teenager playing RuneScape again.
I know, right? That was me
Just like
because I used
totally
to play.
unexplored, knew nothing. There
I've
wasn't
been
a lot
missing-
of content being made.
Right, and I used to be a big Final Fantasy 11 player, and RuneScape even, and like I felt like no game really took those like the kind of old school MMO concepts and like made them newer, but not modern MMO like
Yeah.
most games have gone, where you can just stay in town. Once you hit cap level, you literally don't have to do anything. You just stay there
Yeah,
and
you
queue
just
for
stand there.
dungeons.
Yeah, exactly.
Like that always drives me nuts. And
Yeah,
and so
I
I was
like that
really
they
glad
didn't
that
do
this
that.
one, yeah, I'm glad it makes you interact with continue interacting with the outside of the town world and actually go out and do stuff. But
Yeah, they-
I'm
they
about to
keep
hop out of
creating-
here.
Creating.
Um,
well, yeah.
so-
Thank you for being in here and talking about some shit.
In
Oh, hell yeah,
conclusion,
man.
if you do want to switch, I will get you in to yellow if you want to. If you don't, and you still want to run stuff, I'm here, dude. Shoot me a friend invite. I think I have Okashi on my friends list. I'm not entirely sure. Shoot me a friend invite.
Who's speaking?
Mitt Karn.
Okay.
I was Order of the End's War Chief, I think was the title they gave me. I called out their invasions.
Added you in
okay.
game.
Okay. If
You
you are
can
ever
kill-
running alone and want somebody to run weapon XP, run your elite quests, watermarking, I'll want to be PvP, so that's not
Yeah, that's the other part that sucks about being purple. I want a watermark, and I want to be flagged for PvP for it, but there's no one to.
Who's speaking right now? I don't have Discord.
Me. I am Poison Death Shot.
Shoot, Okashi. I'm gonna type it. Are you in the game right now?
I am in the game, correct.
All right, I'm just gonna type a stupid message here.
This is my third name now.
Shoot me a friend request and Okashi. Okashi, you type in global too, so he can get that. Oh, there we go.
Or I could just add.
Yeah,
so I'm too lazy for that shit.
Perfect. You got me.
I don't even know how to do that shit. Okay, I see it. Never mind.
But if you're ever alone, shoot me an invite. I'm on most evenings, and I'll run with you guys. There's no hard feelings here. I just wanted to. We left. There was reasons.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad we aired it all out, but I really didn't have any hard feelings, even though it kind of might have sounded like I did have hard feelings.
And the global chat
actually have any hard feelings.
I'd appreciate if we kept any issues out of global for at least a week, because right now global chat is getting uber toxic.
Oh, it's bad. It goes through phases.
Out mostly.
I usually have it muted, to be honest.
Okay. But yeah, if ever you're running something, shoot me an invite.
Well, I don't know how much longer you're going to be on, but I don't know what you're doing right now.
I'm running nothing. I'm not doing anything right now.
Not doing anything.
Absolutely not doing anything. Not at all.
Nope.
But hey, anyone who is interested, shoot me or Okashi, Rainmakers, anyone in Rainmakers, a message. Anytime you want to run stuff, we usually have some folks online, and we're about to really get heavy on watermark running. So
I'd be
just,
down to that.
let us know.
My biggest issue is I'm at the point now where I don't even know what to do. I'm just like,
that was my thing. That's why I did all the elite quests, the epic weapon quests.
Yeah.
I just. I'm gonna level my weapon. I'm gonna go level my weapon.
For a long time, when I started this game, I knew exactly what I wanted to do, and I knew how I was gonna do it, and then I did it, and now I'm just like, I don't know what to do. So pretty much, I've just been like market making and farming and queuing for Outpost Rush, hoping it fires.
And if I see an Outpost Rush, if you're on the other team, I will target you. And I hope you target me.
Oh man! Anytime I see someone I recognize, if I see someone's name I recognize, I'm definitely trying to kill them. It's
on purpose. Yeah, that's the whole point.
100%.
I will go out of my way to find you.
I expect you to do the same if you see me.
Anyway, I gotta get out of here. I appreciate it.
See you guys.
Yep,
thanks for hanging out, brother.
Happy hunting, all.
Happy hunting.
If any of y'all